How do you build a man? How do you build a man? I get so many of you ladies pushing back at me. Oh, you want me to find a builder Bob? Yeah.
Not every woman is meant to build with a man, okay? Some women want to build with men, but people and women like me do not want to build with men, and we should not be shamed for not wanting to build with men. If I'm going to be broke and have to start from the bottom, I'm going to build myself up because I trust myself that the work that I put into myself and the work that make with my hands will bring money to myself. I cannot put my trust in another man in hopes that he makes money in the future. I'm not going to rely my future on somebody else, okay? If I'm going to be broke, I'm going to do it with myself. If I'm going to build, I'm going to build with myself. If I get married, I want a man who is already there, who is already at the finish line. There are plenty of women who want to build with men. I am not one of them. I don't believe in building with men. I am not that man's mother. I don't want to build with him, okay? Plenty of women out there. I'm not one of them. I don't believe in building with men. If you want a girl to build with, I am not one of them, and it's okay.
Today I want to talk about something that's been on my mind for a bit. But more and more I put out content that involves women who are successful at this point in their life and who have made it, but now they can't find a man. I'm getting a lot of responses. And there's one thing that women don't seem to understand. I don't get it because the facts are straight. Women do not build a business to support a husband and a family. They can only do it short term, but they cannot do it long term. So when women say, I don't want to build a man, it basically means that you want a man that's already built himself in order to come into his life. And like I said in the last video, if that's what you want, your job is not to suck him dry and then leave him, because that's what you call a parasite. A parasite is an animal which feeds on its host and sucks it dry until it no longer is able to sustain itself. Because there are three different types of women that exist. There's a woman who wants to build with her husband to become his helpmate. And that is usually what most of our ancestors did in the past. That's what 90% of women did in the past. Only 10% of women got that 10% of men who had already built themselves and then brought a woman into their life. Most women married a man when she was at her peak age. They met together and they built together. Because most of the men that became ultra successful were only the top 10%. And that statistic still stands today. Unfortunately, only the top 10% of men are the ones that most women are rushing to get. And they will hold on to that dream. I want the top 10% of men. Regardless of how they look, what kind of education they have, how fat they are, how many baby daddies they have, they still ask for the top 10% of men. And it's scary how women think like this. They will hold on to that slight dream. And they mention things like, oh, but Sierra did it. She married Russell Wilson and she did it. She was a single mother. But none of them look like Sierra. None. None of them were in that right time, that right opportunity. So guys, let's get into this. Let's get deep into this. Let's get deep. Let's talk about this. Because I think, ladies, this is an important subject that you all have to understand. But before I go on, you guys know the drill. Like the video. Come on. Let this algorithm know what to do. You guys have been doing great on the previous videos. Oh, YouTube has been treating me well and has been pushing my video out because you guys have been liking it. Thank you so much. Please continue to do so that I can keep bringing you some knowledge. And of course, if you want to book a session with me to have a chat, get something off your chest, you want a mentor, you need a father figure to help you make a decision, log into askanolderman.com. And of course, if you just have a quick question you need me to answer quickly, nothing deep, just something that's on your mind, something your woman did. Most of the questions come in like, oh, my woman did this, oh, my man did this, what do you think? I'll be happy to answer that on voice message over on Instagram. Okay? So I'm here to help you guys, seriously. And it's not all about the money, but of course, time is money. I still need to be compensated if you want to talk to me for a long period of time. All right? So there you go, guys. Let's get into this subject. Let me start with a little history about men and women. Understand the simple principle. I'm going to talk about it again, and I'm keep pushing it in your heads. Traditionally, men made money to take care of a family. If a man is broke, he usually never even attempted to start a family. How many men that you still know that say, listen, I can't get married, I don't have enough money? They don't want to bring a family into the world where they have to struggle. Most men try to get their money up before they get married and before they have kids and start a family. That's life, right? But now we're living in a modern society. Women are making their own money. So what happens? Women make money. She says, I don't need a man, but I want a man. Watch my last video. But it's not for the same purpose that men grow up to make money. And all you ladies, you keep coming back at me saying, oh, all these men want to do is make their own money and control women. Women don't have any rights in the home. Really? I want you to think about this. Just think about this logically. You want to control your home. You want to be the boss in the house and have the man be the wimp, take a back seat. You don't want a man with a backbone. You don't want a man that have any say. Sweetheart, those men are easy to find.
The same situation sometimes, especially when you get lit. People always talking about gold digging women. In 2023, it's an epidemic of dudes trying to come up off women.
For sure.
This doesn't just apply to men. It goes both ways.
That's a bar. People don't think about.
No, they don't.
Women really, in most relationships, are the breadwinners.
Today, yeah.
Nobody talks
That's
about
what I'm
that.
saying. In 2023,
Bro, like,
women running it up for real.
Bro, girls spending $700 on their hair, $200 on their nails.
Yep.
Still got the car.
Yep.
Bro, they spending a bag.
No, women spent bags, bro.
And they still managing it okay. But it's just like, it's the fact that you're doing it. And there's a lot of women who manage their money very fucking well. Ladies, y'all gotta be careful, man.
Because
Watch
it's
that
some
stuff.
grimy dudes out here. They watching y'all Instagrams. They like, damn, she taking this trip. She buying this. She buying that. Do she got a man? If
Yep.
she ain't got no man, I'm finna try to bag her because she finna blow this bread on me.
Facts.
And they ain't got nothing going for them.
Nothing.
They can't even get no crib on their own. They ain't got no car for real. They got hella debt, but you to come up. And it's the thing about putting all your information on the internet, because if I'm looking to get at a girl or whatever, and I know everything she like, I know her favorite restaurants, I know what happened in her past relationships, I know her favorite place to travel, I know everything about her because she posts everything.
Yep.
It makes it so much easier for me to get her.
Yes.
I know what attracts her. I know how to mirror her. I know to say, oh, she like this kind of guy. Let me be that. If I'm a piece of shit dude that's trying to come up,
So
it's
easy
a dirty
to fake
game.
it.
Because all you single women created a shitload of them. They're out there. But you know what? The most those men are going to do is literally become a burden for you. And what I say by a burden, try to understand this one simple point. Initially, you ladies think, yeah, I'm the boss. I can pay for this. I can pay for that. I can do whatever I want because it's my money, right? But the problem with that is you cannot do this for a long period of time. You are not designed for that. Eventually, ladies, you become exhausted. I see it all the time. Oh, I just carrying this broke ass. I've been carrying him. This is all he does. Which man do you ever see that complains that he's carrying his family? None. Men do not complain once his woman is there with him and working with him. No man complains. But I can tell you, ladies, regardless of how hard the man work in the home, as long as you're making more money than him and you're putting more hours outside the home than in the home, you're going to complain. You're going to get disgruntled. You're going to start looking at the men who are making more money than him outside the home. You're going to start cheating. You're going to feel that you have the power to do what men have been traditionally doing. And you're going to feel like you're empowered to do this because you've earned that right. Because now you're the man. But guess what? You're going to start resenting that man. And you are going to start disrespecting that man in the home to the point where you will leave. 80 to 90% of the time, women leave marriages, not men leaving. Because women know that they could leave and take whatever they want. Men don't have that choice.
In the West, Canada, United States, etc., are initiated by women, and over 50% of marriages end in divorce. So I think there's a problem here. These modern day relationships clearly don't work. And I think a lot of it is because the gender roles have become ambiguous. Women have become more masculine, men have become more feminine. Yes. And it just doesn't work. You know, we're trying to put a square peg in a round hole, and it just doesn't work. The world has always existed where the man is in a leadership position and the woman is in a submissive position, and he runs the household, he works, she stays at home. Now, is that to say women shouldn't work? No, I ain't saying that. But what I am saying is that since gender roles are ambiguous now and men are no longer in leadership positions, women find them weak and they divorce. Because a lot of guys are taught to be, get with your feelings, get more emotional, open up to me, all this other that I tell guys not to ever do. Because as the man, you're the stable rock in the relationship. She needs to be able to come and cry to you. You don't cry to her. You don't tell her your problem.
So let's get back to the subject at hand. So now that you understand that principle, that base principle, men go out to earn money, to make money for his family. Women go out to make money so that she don't need a man. Let's work from there. What should women do in today's day and age? Here's my response to that, because that's the big question I'm getting from a lot of women. They don't know how to handle this situation. Now, there are three types of women that engage in marriages. There's that woman that finds her man young, sees the potential in him, right? And say, I can build with this man. Whether she knows it or not, she just feels like, hey, you know, this is a guy I want to go to length with. And she builds with him. She understands that her role is to support her man. She can make as much money or even more, but always supporting, and understand that she's still playing the traditional role, because she understands that she cannot disrespect her man whenever or if ever she makes more money than him. He's constantly supporting her.
You show your worth, ladies, and your feminine energy when you're willing to build with the man. My husband is not where he was when we first met. He is better and only getting better. So if you're not willing to build, you're not marriage material. And that is what it is. Ooh. Moving forward, a feminine woman is also hardworking. And let's not get her confused with the career orientated woman. She's hardworking, as in she's willing to cook, she's willing to clean, she's willing to do the self-improvement that she needs to do in order to, again, become a better woman and obtain and keep the man. Okay, because some women can obtain men, but they can't keep a man. Exactly. And that's another issue. And I wonder why. Are you stubborn? Are you hard to deal with? Do you need to work on your hygiene?
My wife has a master's degree. I don't. I paid for her master's degree. Point is, she knows her role. She understands it well. Academically, she needed that qualification to be able to move up in work. I supported her in that role. I don't need it. To be honest, I don't have a lot of respect for formal education. I don't think it's necessary if you're not in a technical field. Most education that I need to make money, because really that's why we go and get educated, isn't it? But the point I'm trying to get across is she has a master's. That's what she wanted. Hubby said, hey, no problem. You do your master's, I'll support you. Take care of the kids, handle everything else at home. You don't worry, you focus on your education. Boom. She did it, passed with flying colors. She's a smart woman. Point I'm trying to get across is that's a woman that understands her role. She was proud to get it. She was happy to get it. Second type of woman. That's the woman that pushes really hard to excel herself without a man. That, my friends, is not a woman that most men want, because this woman is basically saying, I'm doing this so I don't need a man. I want a man, but I don't need a man. That kind of crap.
And some people are probably gonna fight back and not like the comment I'm about to say, but if we are career driven, if we're type A, very dominant, then that means we're probably in our masculine. So what we're gonna attract is a man in our feminine. So we can't be in our masculine and want a man to provide as well, because then they're going to clash.
Yeah.
And it's not going to work. And I think, Will, what I'm hearing you say and all of that is that for a man to be at that level, Tom Brady, Russell Wilson, Cristiano Ronaldo, like all these top players, they have to have a deeply feminine woman that has like one, super healed masculine, no masculine wounds, or already healed them, so that she can thrive in her feminine and then be able to actually support, completely submit and surrender and be like, this is your show. I don't need to be number one because at home I'm number one.
Yeah.
And that's where it balances out. And I think because we didn't grow up in that type of it, I didn't grow up in that type of household and nowhere in my family. So it becomes a lost concept, something that it's an imagination. It doesn't exist, but it does.
The idea behind this problem with the relationship is what I mentioned before. A woman will disrespect a man, and then now she's looking for a man above her. Now, why is it that women think that they are responsible for a man's success, that they can build a man? Let me explain this one thing, ladies. A successful man, a driven man, a man who's in his purpose, don't need a woman. Actually, women are a hindrance to these type of men if she's not feminine. You know, back in the day, most creative men, architects, artists, etc., they had a muse. Do you know what a muse is? M-U-S-E. I discussed this in a video a long time ago. I made this.
What is the muse? Well, originally, I'm gonna put my glasses on for this. Originally, the muses were Greek goddesses or spirits that inspired people to create. There were, let's see, 1, 2, 3. There were 9 muses. Calliope, whose domain was epic poetry. Clio, history. Erato, lyric poetry. Euterpe, music. Melpomene, tragedy. Polyhymnia, choral poetry. Terpsichore, dance. Thalia, comedy. And Urania, astronomy. And those were the goddesses or spirits that again inspired the arts.
But a muse was just a feminine woman that the man always had around him, that inspires him. Because there's something about female energy when a man is around that makes him feel inspired. I can't explain it, but it happens to me. As a photographer, I'll tell you, you give me a beautiful woman who's feminine versus a woman who's still beautiful, aesthetically beautiful, but more masculine. That feminine woman, I could work with her all day and get some of the most amazing images. Very difficult to get that from the masculine woman. I feel that I'm struggling to actually produce the photos that I'm trying to get in my head. But that feminine woman, it comes as if water's flowing downhill. Seriously. And that's how it's always been since the beginning of time. Men get inspired. They feel a sense of worth when they find a feminine woman that inspires them. She don't even have to say much. She don't have to tell him how to do the job. She don't have to go and find people for him to network with. She don't have to do anything. He just feels like, I just want to get up and be around this woman, and I want to do this, this, and this for her. For her. Not in spite of her, for her. Even though he's doing it to benefit himself, she inspires him to do it. And that is what a good wife should do. She should be feminine. I'll give you some examples, ladies, on being feminine and being there for your man. I'm going to just talk for the average guy, the average freaking man, right? That got to go out, hit the sewers, hit the mines, hit whatever hard working job he got to go out and do. And she has to go out and work as well. But she's the one that gets up early. There's a nice hot cup of coffee on the table, couple of eggs, boom. He gets up, he does his little exercise, he's ready, he's out the door, he kisses her, kisses the kids on the school bus, or he drops them off to school and she goes off to her job. Done. Is it anything extra? No, because the same time she got to cook eggs for the kids and herself, she does that for him as well. She does everything together. Cuts down the time. But the fact that he didn't have to get up and worry about, oh, I need to get something in my stomach so I can survive all day, either out in the hot sun or in the shitty ass office. That's average guy I'm talking about right now. She's done it. Cool. She goes to work. She does her thing. So she comes home and she makes sure that there's some sort of food on the table. Now, here's how you do it when you don't have a maid or a helper. For modern women, this is how you have to do it. You cook twice a week. You're only cooking twice a week. 3 times the husband is helping you out on the weekends. Gentlemen, I'm talking to you. You got to contribute as well. And there's 3 main meals cooked because one meal is you're cooking enough food to serve for 2 days. All right? Understand how this works. One meal is serving you for 2 days so that your wife don't have to cook every day. And also the fact that she don't have to also do all the cooking. Because one day the man should actually contribute. If it's on a weekend, it's on a weekend. If it's late at night after work, then it's late at night after work. And you know, we have all of these instant cookers that are so cheap. You freaking throw it in, you leave it alone, come back. You got a rice cooker. You wash your rice, you put it in the cooker, you put some beans in it from the can, boom, it's done. You don't have to go out and freaking buy food every day. That's how normal people do it. Women complain, oh, I ain't got to cook and clean every day. Listen, this is how you do it. Gentlemen, you do your little bit. The woman, she's doing the bulk of it. Because the man is working more hours, putting in a lot more time and energy, and he's bringing in the bulk of the money. That's how you divide time. If it's 3 meals a week that you're both contributing to the cooking, you've now eaten 6 home-cooked meals a week. On the 7th day, have a little junk food. Go out and get a little McDonald's, something. The kids would love it. Just enjoy yourselves. Easy. Or have a little ordering or Deliveroo or whatever service you have. On the 7th day, one of those days out of the week when something just desperate can't get done, you have it once a week. Both of you are bringing in incomes you can afford to eat out once a week with 2 kids. That's what the average person does. Cleaning, hey, if you got young kids, you make them disciplined enough to clean up their own room. Teach them to do that from very young, okay? You got plants, animals, etc. You teach them to actually take care of those things. Instill discipline in them. You got daughters, you got sons, it doesn't matter. They got to learn to clean the yard. They got to learn to clean the house. They contribute something back into the house. They're not just little parasites eating away at you constantly. And I'm talking about from the age of 6, 7, and 8. They got to start to learn to do that. Otherwise, you guys are constantly cleaning up after each other. It's not hard. Today, you got dishwashers. Eat your food, you scrape out the plate, you put it in the dishwasher. When it's full, someone turns it on, someone stacks the plates away. It's not freaking rocket science. For some reason, women put all of this emphasis, I ain't cooking and cleaning. No, it's easy. Washing the clothes, same shit. Dirty clothes goes in the hamper. Twice a week, it's clothes washing day. Powder in the washing machine, separates your colors, boom. When it's done, if you have a dryer, you throw them in the dryer. If not, you hang them out on the line. It's not rocket science, guys. Life isn't that hard. The man takes care of the maintenance of the cars, if you have the cars, making sure that they have oil changed regularly. If it's dangerous for the woman to go and get her car filled up with gas, the man goes to the gas station, make sure that the gas is filled, etc. If you got 2 cars, make sure they're well maintained. Anything goes wrong in the house, the pump breaks, the water pipe, bulbs need changing, bugs need killing, dogs need, whatever the hell it is, the man takes care of that. Gets home in the evening, that's his job. That's life. It's not rocket science. And if a wife complains after her man is contributing like that and she's doing that job, she's a lazy freaking woman. And she should check herself. If the man don't do those duties, check yourself, boss. You're lazy. because that's what life is. Both of you have to contribute to the harmony of the home. But the woman still stays in her feminine roles so that the man continues to feel inspired to grow. Oh, I got to try to get this promotion because, my wife, she's a good woman and I want to make sure I provide better for her. It's an inspiration. Wives, ladies, you are the inspiration for him to keep growing. That is what creates a good man. That is your role. Inspire him, not push him. Inspire him with your femininity. That's it. That's your only role. You keep inspiring him.
Separate. Why do we have to separate ourselves so much from each other? Why is black women one separate entity and black men are another separate entity? That's not how it's supposed to be. That's not how any other race operates, but we're the only ones who operate like that and think it's functional. You feel me? I've said it before. Why do we get the label of strong, independent black woman? We don't hear that from nobody else. I've never heard strong, independent white woman, strong, independent Asian woman, strong, independent Latino woman, strong, independent Indian woman. I ain't never heard none of that. But we pride ourselves to being strong, independent black women, as if independence is something that we should strive for as a people. Independence is death. Everybody needs somebody. And the reason why we're struggling in our households and our communities is because we think that there's something good about being independent. Black women need black men, and black men need black women.
So I'm going to keep this one short. Guys, like the video. Keep that energy. Like the video. If you understand what I'm saying, let's have a discussion. Comment on this video. Because I'm just trying to teach you the baseline of what relationships are and how they work and how they should be done. Because it seems like both sexes have lost sight of how simple relationships are. Now, don't get me wrong. I say it's simple, but it's hard to keep these simple rules in place. Because everybody, men and women in this day and age, seems to want to get one up on the next person, on their partner. Not working on coming up together and building together. Everybody wants to seem to be, I want to be the boss. No, I'm the boss. No, you want to be the. It's just a constant. Where is this massive push for power? I don't get it. Well, okay, I do get it. And when somebody's not the boss, they feel that they are not being treated equally. It's tiring to watch. And all it takes is for women to get into her feminine role. Here's a man that I have to inspire to build himself so that I benefit. Simple shit. Simple. When he builds, I benefit. Yeah, that's it. He's working hard. He's paying the mortgage. Oh, look, we have enough money to put down a little down payment on a little apartment that we can buy with both of our incomes to actually buy a little rental unit. Wow. Both of us can do it. We buy that little rental unit. 5, 6, 7 years down the line, we paid off a half of it. Oh, look, honey, what do you think? Let's use the equity in that little apartment and buy the other one across the street. Oh, look, we now have 2 units. One is almost paid off for, the other one we just getting new. We can put the rent up higher in this one. We take most of the money from that, pay this unit off much faster. 10 years down the line, we got 2 freaking units paying us money into our bank accounts. 20 years down the line, we have 7, 8 units paying us off for the rest of our lives. And you know what? The man should never be thinking, oh, now we have 5 units. Now this woman wants to freaking walk out of my life and take half. Because that's the way the system works, you see. And a woman should never be thinking that there's my ticket to get out on the street and take half because I've been working my ass off to get this. No, you've both been working your ass off to get it. But you only see what you have put up. Women don't think about the fact that the man is also doing the same amount of work or more. For men and women, we work differently. But the problem is society has programmed women's brain to think, now that I have the money, I don't need the man. Now that we have the money and I know half of it is mine, I don't need you. That's how society have programmed you ladies. And it's a sorry state of affairs, man.
So, you know, Jeff Bezos is married to his wife for 25 years, and then they decided to get a divorce. Who does she remarry? A school teacher. Why? She's done being married with a super driven guy. It's like, go, 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 go. Finally, she's like, dude, I'm done. I just want a school teacher who gets up at 3 o'clock, does a little bit of homework, and then we can go have a drink. We can go have some wine. And it's just not that driven, not that ambitious. I'm done with it. But in about 5 years, she's going to be bored out of her mind. And she may be laying in bed next to him, and he's just doing the same exact thing. And he may say, I freaking miss that crazy psycho Jeff Bezos guy.
That's painful to watch. And that's why most men are not getting married. The scenario I just explained to you is the sweetest way to actually get rich together and grow together. And all of the successful men, all of the successful families, they have done exactly what I just told you.